I made this short video for my friends who's gonna take this car on Route 66 in a month or so. So I'm getting it ready, and part of that I installed a nice fog light, which I still need to adjust on the front. And then I'm working on a carburetor because for some reason the spark plug is getting full, so I guess it's getting too much fuel. This engine came from Trabant Welt. It's super engine, very nicely made. I had it all apart because my friend Jan-Erik, who drove it across Route 66, he ran into an ignition problem, which was nothing to do with the engine itself. It was everything to do with this ground connector, and that wasn't here like this. It was some sort of really weird looking thing, and it was loose. And when this is loose, the electronic ignition box will not get ground, and it folded itself, so it totally broke. And then he went with one cylinder from Arizona to San Francisco through Las Vegas, so you can imagine how much oil he got. So the exhaust clogged up. So it took me a long time to find that problem. But now it's all good. It's just a problem. When I was troubleshooting last time, I moved the needle inside that Mikuni carburetor, and now I'm gonna have to move it back because the spark plugs are fooling. So I just wanted to show it to my friends how to adjust it if they have to do it on the road. And Patrick found another key. This is the key at one side. Here is the key on the other side. So you can see it now that I think that's the right key what you found. And then the other one looks like this side and that side. This is an original East German roof rack, which actually I had a similar one on this car, this 240D, but nonetheless, it will go back on. I wanted to polish the roof first because it's gonna be outdoors for a long time, and then I wanted to polish the whole car before I reinstall that roof rack on it. I'm working on the Trabi for a few days now, and the engine runs very strong, but it spits one of the spark plugs. It fools the spark plug. So I'm trying to modify on the carburetor. Just wanted to show you a Mikuni carburetor if you haven't seen it yet. So inside you got that main valve down there. There's the hole down there, if you can see it. I don't know if you can see it. Right there, that brass piece, and now it moved, and this thing will go in. This is the I don't know how you say it in German or in English, that main valve. So right now you can see it's at very much in the high position, so you can adjust that how much it should move, and therefore you can adjust the that how much fuel it gets. So when I was trying to figure out what's wrong with the engine, and then finally I got to the conclusion that the exhaust was clogged, that's when I moved this needle all the way up to give more fuel to it. So now this one should supposed to be in the middle, so I'm gonna move it up. I guess I'm just gonna move it up one more, and then try it again. So that little snap ring gotta come off, and then just move one up. Therefore the whole thing will come lower, that needle will come lower. The problem comes when you want to put this spring back on. So that spring, it's just like a motorcycle carburetor. The spring has to go on there, and here's the place where it has to click in, and then when it clicked in, that's when you can push onto this one, and then it will go back on. Now there is a big screwdriver here, a really long screwdriver. That's why I wanted to show you, because you probably could figure this one out on your own. But the way you can get to it on the Trabi, only with this screwdriver. I will give it to you so that you can take it with you on the road. And the only way you can get into it, if you put the screwdriver through the middle of the generator or the alternator hole. This alternator hole, it has to go through the alternator hole, and then you can get to this this clamp, and you got to open it up quite a bit in order to get the carburetor out. And make sure when you put it back, make sure that clamp is at the right position. So with one hand you're gonna have to hold the clamp when you tighten it, and then with the other hand, well, that's not going too far. So with one hand you got to hold the screwdriver, with the other hand you got to position this to make sure you're not pushing it away. If you're pushing it away, you're not going to be able to get to it when you want to take it apart. Hopefully you don't have to take it apart anymore, but that's the thing. So I'm going to move this one up a little, and then hopefully that will fix the problem. You can see this hole on the side, and you can see this piece here. This one has to go on this way to cover up this part, so this will not come out. The cable will have to go in and sit in here, and this one has to go on top of it to cover it up so it wouldn't come out. Try to do it on the camera. So this will go through here, that will go in there, and this thing should go cover it up. That's it. So now we got it done. So this thing will not come out, this will not come out. Be very careful not to bend this thing, and when it goes in, it should slide very easily. You can see there is the part where the air will come in. So yeah, in order to do this, you don't have to take the fuel line off, or anything. You don't have to take anything off, just that one bolt over there, and then you can take these 2 bolts off from here. And in order to do that, you must take, the first step is to take this one off at the very beginning. This requires 1 screwdriver. That's very easily comes off. That's the first thing you got to take off, so you get space to work with. And then you simply push this back on. You got to be careful, make sure it goes in very nicely. It went through all the way down, and then you can secure these 2 screws on the top. After you pushed it through that rubber groomlet, which has to be oiled a little bit, so there's some oil inside always, and you got to oil it up so it will go in easier. You're gonna have to adjust it to make sure that it's actually straight and level, and then you can secure that clamp that I already showed you earlier. As you see, the screwdriver is going through the generator holder or alternator holder bracket, and it's perfect position for the screw. And with your other hand, you can put your other hand through the hole here, excuse me, and then you can touch it and then position it and help it to make sure that that clamp actually stays in the middle. And now that this screw is also tight, now we can put the pipe back on, the air intake pipe back on, and then that's it. We've also got 2 new speakers, which I think it doesn't matter. And those of you who don't know East Germany, this one is a toilet paper, and there is a knitted toilet paper cover on top of it. That's an East German thing. The car is equipped with a cruise control module, so you put this over here, and then it takes a lot of force to hold your foot up, so you can actually just push the gas pedal and rest your foot on it. So that works marvelously when you're going long distance with a car. And here's a Route 66 map already waiting for these guys to show up. And if you guys need to remove the battery cables, it's just a snap and it comes off. Very convenient if you for some reason have to do that. This thing is a very rare little toolbox. I will put new spark plugs in it and other stuff for the road. I love this thing. It runs very nicely. I had a problem with this car with detonation on lower grade gasoline, because right now it's got airplane fuel in it. So I'm gonna run the tank empty, and I'm gonna fill it up with regular 91 here, but not regular, the premium 91. But it's a different system. But the gas station, the octane number is very measured differently than in Europe. So the highest grade you can possibly buy is 93, but I'm gonna try it with a 91 and see if it detonates or not. But right now it works fine, but we'll see what it does with the gas, what you can buy at the gas station.